Hello everyone. We are in MOOC Swayam course on Nationalism and Constitutional Growth in India, 1858 to 1920. Friends, we have been engaged with questions of, you know, liberation, freedom, nationalism, cultural nationalism, and we have seen that how British government suppressed national freedom struggle, the very right to self-determination or self-rule or Swaraj, that what we have been seeing by the establishment of Indian National Congress since 1885 has been leading the movement. But we also saw that how there was a lot of diversion, there was a lot of split, and because of the ideological shift here and there. Uh, but one of the area, generally in the discussion of freedom struggle, is not part of mainstream history writing, is the peasant movements. I mean, this topic is relegated somewhere in social movement studies or somewhere, in a very peripheral manner in subaltern studies. But, it is in fact one of the contribution of subaltern studies scholarship, which led to bringing all those unheard voices to the part of historiography at least, and historians started kind of extracting resources. Um, and there are many peasant movements which were which were already started even prior to 1858, and of course I have dealt in the beginning, that what all sort of movements like peasant movements, civil uprising, military revolts, all those things I have in fact touched upon. But I also wanted to bring into the discussion some of the movements, especially which started, say, during the consolidation of freedom struggle, or say especially post 1858, and I have kind of taken three of the peasant movements, particularly that is UP Kisan Sabha movement, then Eka movement, and also Mappila rebellion in Malabar. So, in this segment, and then later on in another lecture, we'll be discussing about Bardoli Satyagraha, and then we'll see that how these peasants basically were part of the mainstream freedom struggle, where nationalist historians particularly never touched upon these questions. So let us see. Now, peasants are, their questions were very prominent questions. In fact, Indian National Congress, and also Gandhi, to some extent, was very much disturbed by the suffering of peasants. Like for an example, in the Champaran Satyagraha, the very system of Teen Kathiya system, where the British wanted to tax on more than Teen Katha land. So these kind of separation, where you have to grow only cash crop, you do not have to kind of freely uh, plant your, or cut your harvest, right? You will have almost every step have certain kind of tax, and that kind of led to disaster, that led to famine, that led to hunger and malnutrition for those people who were at the margins, who were at the periphery. And and these communities, by and large, did not have a very kind of organized kind of a struggle. But while during some of the movements supported by Indian National Congress leadership, and also some of the leaders, they started kind of very concerted uh, organization through Kisan Sabha kind of thing, and then ultimately led to greater demands for greater rights. So let us see that what peasant movements and nationalism, how nationalism or nationalist fervor actually came also from the sides of the peasants, or farmers. So moving ahead, what we see that peasant movements, especially of 1920s, there was discontent, which was prevalent theme in the 19th century, and through tribal upsurge or tribal movement, to also peasant movements parallel. So tribal and peasant movements kind of had also sort of overlapping questions. These things were already there. The discontent was already there. People were not happy with the policies of British government. So by the 20th century, these movements were deeply tied to the struggle for national freedom, because ultimately that they understood that this entire extractive policy or very excessive kind of British government regime has to do something with lack of freedom, or lack of self rule or self determination. So if we will be also joining hand, to free our country, and if India becomes sovereign, then our problems will get resolved, right? So that kind of consciousness started, kind of becoming very prominent, and and then the nationalists, on the other hand, like Indian National Congress and also leadership, they also assume that ultimately peasants are bulk of the population. They are they are kind of life and blood of our country, because they are providing all kind of food resources, and if they are not supported from the platform of the nationalist movement, then I mean, what sort of freedom we are then thinking about or talking about? So from the other side, peasants wanted to join hand with nationalist leadership. Nationalist leadership wanted to join hand with the peasants, and then both got kind of very much intimately kind of connected for the greater cause of freedom. So what we'll be doing in this part of the lecture is trying to understand, uh, you know in the first segment of this lecture, we'll focus on Kisan Sabha and Eka movements in Avadh, UP, and Mappila rebellion in Malabar. And then in the second segment, of course, we'll be dealing with Bardoli Satyagraha in Gujarat. So let us see, the Kisan Sabha movement, or UP Kisan Sabha, movement. So if we see the background of the Avadh agrarian society, it started from 1856 to 1920. Um, Especially, Avadh got annexed in 1856. In Avadh, talukdars, who were big landlords, they had strengthened their control, imposing in sort of illegal taxation or renting. These talukdars had a lot of clutches, a lot of control, in terms of collaborating with the British Raj. So, this in fact, has been continuing till there was a time during the First World War, when there was increased food prices, and that exacerbated the operation on tenants. So those tenants, those peasants, farmers who were tilling the land, their life became more miserable because because of the increased food prices. During the First World War, of course, the resources, from even India, was part of the discussion that Indians will be supporting to the British cause, so that they will be getting a relaxation by the British government, and hence greater representation, so on and so forth. But quite naturally, the First World War brought a lot of pressure on India as well, in terms of it was a rather global kind of phenomena which happened, and increased food prices particularly was one of the question. So now, tenants were forced to grow more food, and also kind of harvest, and these tenants were not given their due rights. Rather, they were forced to engage into all sort of harvesting. So this led to formation of Kisan Sabha. This got initiated in 1918 with notable leaders like Gauri Shankar Misra and Indra Narayan Trivedi. These two figures were very crucial in formation of Kisan Sabha in 1918. So this was the kind of background of the Avadh Agrarian Society, which started its journey in 1856 till 1920. So, in 1918, February, UP Kisan Sabha was formed, and it gained momentum, so much so that there were 450 branches within one, or more than 1 year, 1.5 year. 450 branches of UP Kisan Sabha. So in a way, this again shows that the very Kisan question, or the farmers question, was the question of the day. Particularly, farmers wanted to be united. They wanted to be kind of part of the freedom struggle. They also wanted to resolve their own question. So they started active participation, which led to Kisan delegates attending Congress session in 1918 and 1919. 450 branches of UP Kisan Sabha, led by Gauri Shankar Misra and Indra Narayan Dwivedi. This this comes up with a large number of support base for UP Kisan Sabha, and if that support base is going to be ignored by the Congress, then Congress may not be a successful kind of voice or organization for the cause of the freedom. So Congress had to accommodate these delegates, and ultimately they attended UP Kisan Sabha. Delegates attended in 1918 and 1919 Congress session. And Baba Ramchandra emerged as a prominent leader, uniting peasants and garnering support from leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru, in his initial days, wanted to be with the peasant question, with the uh, tribal question, with the question of marginalized communities, because ultimately it was a Nehru's kind of political training gradually by 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 kind of understanding the different kind of socio economic and political situation of the country, and hence uh, Baba Ramchandra and also Jawaharlal Nehru, Gauri Shankar Misra, Indra Narayan Dwivedi, all these people they wanted to support the cause of the peasants by uniting them and fighting for their rights. Now, there is Avadh Kisan Sabha, and this growing conflict, because of the non-cooperation, and the constitutional agitation, that led to the formation of Avadh Kisan Sabha in October 1920. So, UP Kisan Sabha was already kind of, there is one organization. In 1918 and 1919 Congress session was attended by UP Kisan Sabha delegates. Now, there's a new kind of manifestation because of two groupings, particularly during the non-cooperation movement. Some wanted to kind of agitate against the Congress in the constitutional framework. Some wanted to agitate against British Raj, within the constitutional framework, and some wanted to fully not cooperate with the British, Raj. So in amidst of this, there is this Avadh Kisan Sabha, which got established in October 1920. Now, that led to a rally in Ayodhya in December 20 to 21, 1920, which attracted, nearly, more than, say, 10 lakh peasants, highlighting, operation symbolically with Baba Ramchand bound in ropes. And then in January 1921, the nature of peasant activity shifted towards looting and clashes with the police. So, because they got kind of engaged into looting and also clashing with the police, government had to kind of suppress them, because that was the only thing that government of the day was doing, by suppressing all sort of agitation, and also demand for freedom. And already Jallianwala Bagh episode has happened, where that has actually charged the entire environment, and people have a very fresh memory of that by 2021. And and then people, that did not stop people to gather in large number, like the peasants attending the rallies in lakhs. That kind of shows their a kind of honesty in terms of joining hands with the freedom movement. So so government suppressed these outbreaks and through force and arrests, by implementing the Seditious Meetings Act in March 1921. Now, nationalists, they defended peasants and tenants in courts, but political activity ceased. Political activity got stopped, and also, despite the Avadh Rent Amendment Act, which provided little relief, for the tenants, hopes were raised, contributing to the eventual decline of the movement. So, because it provided, Avadh Rent, Amendment Act provided little relief, but because so much hopes were raised for the, for the tenants, that led to decline of the movement itself. And because within a year, it actually got to the understanding of the peasants that the entire hopes which were raised was kind of flawed hopes. It did not have a meaning and content. So there's another movement which is started, which is called Eka movements in Avadh, which started in 1922, where peasants who were discontent, they again re-emerged in Avadh towards the end of the year, by focusing on districts of Hardoi, Bahraich, and Sitapur. Now, that is also the time where it's coinciding with Congress and Khilafat leaders who were, again incorporating Eka movement, by addressing their issues like exorbitant rents, thekedars and talukdars, operation, and sharing rents. Now, Eka meetings revolved religious rituals, placing resistance to unjust practices. So it's the kind of social movement Eka movement became, which did not shy away in talking about even social unjust practices, and not only that, what unjust policies led by the British government, but also at the societal level, what sort of practices we are having, and that is leading to more suffering and misery. So grassroots leadership started, including Madari Pasi, who emerged with a shift towards uh, non-violence. So further moving on, another movement that is called Mappila rebellion in Malabar, one of the movements which started, by the Muslims of Kerala in August 1921 in the district called Malabar. Now Mappila Muslims of Malabar region, they are, also called, they call it Mopila or Mappila, so it was rather a Muslim rebellion. Now, this was again the question of the peasants only. That was a peasant question, where there were a lot of grievances of the peasants, Muslim peasants of Malabar district. And a lot of malpractices by the landlords there, oppressive practices, and also, of course, high rents and high, taxation. So, I mean, there were lack of tenure security as well. So, at any point of time, landlords may come and say that, you have not paid the rent, so on and so forth, and hence you are not allowed to till the land. So, ultimately, this movement initially intertwined with the Khilafat movement, displaying communal harmony. Then, what happened with this was that government in Kerala again became very repressive, and that led to arrests of Khilafat and Congress leaders in February 1921, which intensified Mappila discontent. And then a clash erupted when the mosque at Tirurangadi was raided, leading to violence, destruction of government property, and rebellion spread across Mappila strongholds. So, because I mean, Mappila, or Muslim rebellions or rebel groups, when they were considered by the government that they are hiding in the mosque, and mosque, in a way, entering by the police into the mosque was considered as desecration, and that sort of uh, given a very a kind of emotional touch to the Mappila Muslims, Malabari Muslims, and then uh, the movement itself became very kind of strong movement. So initially, uh, they started targeting unpopular landlords and also symbols of authority, and gradually the entire rebellion took a communal turn with introduction of British martial law by the government. And because the raid on the mosque itself also, given kind of emotional outburst of the Muslims, and it was seen that many of the landlords who were very kind of very influential also belong to the Hindu community. So, as repression intensified, this rebellion became kind of a communal sort of rebellion. It had a communal overtones with attacks on Hindus and also forced conversion. The Mapilas recourse to violence distanced them from the non-cooperation movement, non-cooperation movement was entirely based on non-violence. And by December 1921, resistance kind of stopped with a heavy toll of lives and also Mappila's subsequent isolation from political participation. So, but what sort of contribution, uh, what sort of legacy that Mappila rebellion brought into the national movement discourse. And Mappila rebellion left a profound impact with a toll of lives and a significant shift in Mappila's political involvement. It was crushed and demoralized. Mappilas largely they abstained from politics, neither joining the national movement nor subsequent peasant movements in Kerala, and under left leadership until independence. Now, uh, these two movements, particularly UP Kisan Sabha and Eka movements, and Mappila rebellion, you know, in collectivity, in the separation, maybe both of the movements, you know, eh, they they had a lot of similarity in terms of recourse to violence, but UP, Kisan Sabha did not have a kind of communal overtone, unlike the Mappila rebellion, which gradually became kind of communal manifestation. But overall, uh, there's a national level linkage of peasant movements in UP and Malabar, which was closely connected to the national politics. In UP, we see that because of the impetus from home rule leagues evolving into non-cooperation and Khilafat movements, Avadh and Malabar witnessed this, merged meetings, making it challenging to distinguish between non-cooperation and peasant rallies. So, so I'll stop here. You know. With the question of peasant movements in UP and Kerala, and how these were related with the suffering of the peasants, and how national leadership kind of raised their question how in fact from these movements only various kinds of leadership also emerged, which became kind of very popular and prominent in the national politics. So, so we have discussed so far, what was related with the UP Kisan Sabha and Eka movement, and also Papila rebellion. In the next lecture, we'll be talking about the Bardoli Satyagraha, that how Gandhi initially started this movement in Bardoli, and later on, it was taken up by the another leader called Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and how this entire Bardoli Satyagraha culminated. So we'll see that in a while. Thank you so much.